movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latram.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here we go again. But it's a Friday. That means the weekend's upon us. Hooray! Let's hear from Mr. Drew Brees. That's right. It's a Friday. The weekend's upon us, and this is New Orleans. What we do best. The next 48 plus hours or so, New Orleans at its finest. The weekend, the party, the good times, food, music, festivals, events. We do it right. Toss a cocktail in there or two, the bar scene. It's all world class on weekends. Trying to figure out that Monday through Friday stuff. Yeah, you're right. Corey Johnson with you. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. 2 hours coming your way. 81 degrees, partly sunny. A really nice Friday afternoon in New Orleans, in the metro, the Gulf South region. If you're hanging in the city, excellent. I mean, could you imagine being an in-town tourist in New Orleans this weekend, like right now rolling into one of our fine hotels in the French Quarter or CBD, Warehouse District, and the car stays put till like Sunday evening, and you've got restaurant reservations, and maybe you're heading to the World War II Museum, whatever, all within like walking distance. You're just going to be a tourist for 2 days, 2 nights. Eat at some good lunch spots, eat at some good dinner spots, check out some good music, museum here or there, all kind of good stuff to do. You could be doing that. Thumbs up. What a weekend. Just doing local stuff, hanging at the crib in Mid-City or the Best Bank, wherever you might be. Maybe you're heading to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. A lot of New Orleanians are not only going down there again on weekends like crazy, but moving down there. It took a while. Post-Katrina, a good 10, 12 years, it was not even a trickle. It was kind of dead. The last decade or so, it's taken off. Keeps getting bigger and bigger, that Mississippi Gulf Coast. Alabama, same thing. The Alabama Gulf Coast really growing. That eastern shore of Mobile, Fairhope, heading down that direction, blowing up, explosive growth. When Alabama, Mobile specifically, gets that I-10 bridge over the Mobile River that's planned to make that tunnel secondary, and a new Jubilee Parkway, that's the I-10 that goes from Mobile to that eastern shore area, Spanish Fort. When they get that going, that city's going to explode, Mobile. No, a lot of folks head down in that direction. The Florida Panhandle, of course, from like the Floribama and Perdido Key to Pensacola, down to Navarre and Fort Walton, into Destin and Sandestin, Miramar Beach, Highway 30A. You see all those vehicles with that blue oval sticker with 30A on it. That's that highway east of Destin, in between Sandestin and Panama City. About 20 miles of roadway, billions and billions of dollars in high-end investment. And it just continues to grow, not only on Highway 30A, but north of there on Highway 98, due north of Highway 30A. No, a lot of folks heading in that direction. Enjoy it because the weather's outstanding. Tomorrow through Monday, slightly cooler, actually. Like, I think we stay in the mid 70s. Chance of rain late Sunday. No, Saturday and Sunday, 61 when we wake up, a high of only 74. Not even coming close to approaching 80. Looks really nice. I'm Margaret Orr, and I'm Bob Breck. Anyway, that's the weather. It looks good tomorrow and Sunday. Maybe some rain late Sunday. Let's push that into next week. In less than 3 weeks, it's crazy. In less than 3 weeks, 3 weeks from yesterday, we're 20 days out from French Quarter Fest. Less than 4 weeks. 4 weeks from yesterday, we're 27 days out from Jazz Fest day number 1 and Zurich Classic round number 1 golf. Wow. Week after that, Jazz Fest weekend 2. That's 3 weekends in a row. French Quarter Fest, Jazz Fest weekend 1, Jazz Fest weekend 2. Throw the Zurich Classic in there as well. That's a hell of a 3-week run right there. April heading into May. That rivals just about anywhere. That could almost have a name for itself. When the calendar falls like that, just stacked back to back. Sometimes there's a week in between French Quarter Fest and Jazz Fest. This is just stacked right on top of each other. Anyway, that's a hell of a 3-week ride. Corey Johnson with you, Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Fletcher Mackel's going to join us in a little over 5 minutes from now. Will Wade's the big story. That's a shocker. That's a shocker. You can look back on anything and be like, after the fact, oh, of course we knew that. It's like you didn't know it. You weren't even thinking it. Now you know it and you realize it to be true because it's true. And we just told you, but you didn't know about it. Didn't think about it ever. No, a lot of folks, the Will Wade thing makes a lot of sense. No, I hear you. The Will Wade thing makes a lot of sense. Anyway, it actually happened. All the dominoes fell with McNeese State people. It's bizarre. It's kooky. It's crazy. I love the Lane Kiffin hire, and I love Will Wade coming back to coach men's basketball, but the zany annex from Jeff Landry on down, if LSU operates like this full-time all the time, I don't see how it can be successful long-term percentage-wise. This ready, fire, aim, crazy, Jeff Landry controlling everything, kind of deal. With all of that said, I love Lane Kiffin as football coach and love Will Wade coming back as men's basketball coach. If you're an LSU fan, you've got to just be, crazy happy right now. Men's basketball's on its way back. Football on its way back. Baseball and women's hoops already there. Gymnastics, track and field already there. Winning national titles. You get the big 2 operating right, and it looks really promising for football. And let Will Wade get to work with some NIL money. And then a new arena coming online in a few years, like a $500 million arena, like $400-500 million, like kind of pseudo NBA-ish type arena, state of the art, as nice a college facility as anywhere. That'll be right there on the Baton Rouge campus, the LSU campus. That's coming. Just a few years away. Kim Mulkey's like, I'd love to stick around and have my teams play in that facility. And Will Wade's like, man, it could just be a few years away. So we'll talk about Will Wade with Fletcher Mackel. Smoothie King Center redo. Saints keep bringing in or keeping, pieces to the overall puzzle. Good stuff. Lady Tigers tonight on ESPN at 9 o'clock. It's a late night Friday. The Lady Tigers tonight in Sacramento against Duke. Hope the team and the coach, they're not overlooking Duke. They beat them earlier in the year. Then I think Duke rattled off 17 straight. They're ACC champs. They're ACC tournament champs. They seem like they're a really good team. They're 26-8. LSU is 29-5. Tonight on ESPN, nationwide television audience, the Lady Tigers taking on Duke. The winner goes to the Elite Eight. The loser eliminated. Tiger Woods involved in a rollover crash in Jupiter, Florida, where he lives. I'll get you the latest. New news should be coming out any moment. Multiple sources, no word on the extent of the injuries, if there are any injuries, but Tiger Woods involved in a rollover crash in Jupiter, Florida, where he lives. From the footage that I saw, it looks like it's in his neighborhood or in a neighborhood type setting, like not on Veterans Boulevard, but like on a street in a neighborhood. Corey Johnson with you, Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Hey, if you're checking us out in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, and I mean the metro area of both. In New Orleans, it could be East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, River parishes. Baton Rouge, from Prairieville to Port Allen. All points in between. Down to Gonzales. Total maintenance, taking care of you. You're probably going to be just like me. We all will probably be fine with our air conditioning and heat. But sadly, it's kind of a bummer. Somebody watching, listening, might be me, going to have an air conditioning or heat problem. And I don't believe in jinxes. I'm just telling it like it is. Somebody listening or watching is going to need AC or heat help. When you do, over the weekend, weekday, anytime, think Total Maintenance in Metro New Orleans, in Metro Baton Rouge. Total Maintenance. TM-AC.com. That's all you need to know. Corey Johnson with you on a Fantasy Friday edition of the program.
Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate. If you're observing Lent, the Steak Knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The Steak Knife in Lakeview for Lent.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spot.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Fence Man, a locally owned fencing company serving the Metro New Orleans area for over 20 years.
I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years. serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Welcome back. Corey Johnson back at you. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Fletcher Mackel's back with us. Another edition of Fridays with Fletch. What's going on, Fletcher?
Corey, what's up? Beautiful Friday. We've had a couple of good conversations with some good weather recently.
The weather's been fantastic. I mean, this is as good as it gets.
I agree. I mean, look, soon the heat will be here. And look, I don't mind the heat. I grew up here, but spring and once, it's always like October, maybe November when the weather breaks. And it's like, woo, we're past hurricane season. The heat breaks. It feels like that late October, mid to late October. And so right now, the last few weeks, I mean, this, kind of March and into April here has been fantastic. And I know the heat is on the way, but nonetheless, it's perfect these days.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. Hey, did you get your electric bike tire fixed?
I didn't. I know I told you last week it has a flag.
Come on.
It's on my list. I literally got a lot of life stuff done today. I may, when I hang up with you, get it over to the service station and because it's not like it's anything wrong with it. It's just flat. And I had a pump.
And drive 10 miles, fuel it back up again with that thing. That little plug it in the lighter air compressor is a must for everyone's trunk.
Let me tell you, I bought it when I know you've joked about personal stuff through the years, and I bought that old Mercedes. I bought it like a 40-year-old Mercedes, like just on a whim, and drove it every day. So when I had that car, that is when I got that kind of that electric, you hook it up, you punch in what the PSI is, and it's like great, and it was fantastic. I also found on Amazon a flashlight that's also jumper cables, so where literally it's got the charge in the flashlight, and if you ever need a jump, you hook it up to the flashlight, and it's got like 2 jumps in it. And but the thing is, now that I got like a newer SUV last year, I haven't used that stuff, and I tried to use the pump, and it's done. I guess after a few years, I must have dropped it or something happened to it. But yeah, those things are definitely a must. An air tire, something to blow your tire up in case you get like a low tire in this city or roll over something, or even if it's not flat, just to get you somewhere. And then that little jumper. I still have the flashlight / jumper cables.
Wow. Where do you stop? A gallon of antifreeze in the trunk too? Where does it all
I don't
stop?
have that. That's kind of where I that's like, I feel like if I need that, like if the car starts smoking,
yeah.
I mean, I'd hope that I'd have like an emergency light come on and give me a heads up about that. No, I feel like
an emergency light in your head saying get a new car already.
Yeah, but the bare necessities, the tire, the tire pump, the jack, obviously, and then the flashlight and the jumper. So, yeah.
All right, Fletch, you ready? I'm going to say 2 words to get this thing going, all right?
Yeah.
It's not even a question. I'm going to say 2 words, and I'm going to let you go for a while. Will Wade.
Just unbelievable. I mean, when LSU is doing things in college athletics nationwide that has never been done before, and it is bringing the eyes of the sports world onto them, and it's not all good. Look, I say we being Louisiana, not me personally, people loved Lane Kiffin. He's a winner, stolen from Ole Miss. But nationally, that is not a good look. There's people that want to see LSU fail and Lane fall on his face. Same type of situation with Will Wade. He's always been a little bit of a renegade. 2 weeks ago, he's at a press conference saying, basically, don't ask me about LSU. I'm happy at NC State. And in the blink of an eye, he's on a plane coming back. So I think the fans are excited by it. There's no doubt these two guys are winners. But the money LSU is spending is absolutely mind-blowing. And yeah, the optics of it, if you're not from Louisiana or an LSU fan, they are embracing. My colleague Sharif Ishak said this. This is like professional wrestling, and they are leaning into being the heel or the villain. That they are embracing the theatrics of it. I mean, look, yesterday on the plane with Will Wade, they've got the tweet of him, and then they've got the Scorsese Absolute Cinema meme next to it. Like, they know people are going nuts over this on social media, and they are just leaning into it.
No, that's a great point. Fletcher Mackle's with us. No, they are embracing it 110%. I mean, Fletch, look, I love, as a fan, I love the Lane Kiffin hire for football. I love Will Wade coming back for basketball. Generally speaking, I'm just going to go with the percentages. You have the governor involved in all this, hiring his people from McNeese, kind of manipulating the system, controlling the board, not like some search engine going after the coach. Lane Kiffin was strange enough. McMahon only fired if Will Wade's hired. You don't get Will Wade. It's not like we're having a coaching search. We go back to McMahon. You do this all the time, you're going to end up losing, I think. I mean, I love the two hires. I just think it's crazy the way LSU's gone about it. It's almost like a cartoon.
Yeah, look, they are defiant and unapologetically doing things their way. And basically, anybody who says just what you did, search committee process, it's like, the hell with that. We're doing it our way. We are in charge. Yep. We're doing it our way, and we are unapologetic about it. And if you don't like it, great, then hate us. And so, now again, here's the thing. If Lane Kiffin's in the college football playoff this year, no one's going to hate that. If Will Wade's got LSU back in the tournament next year, no one's going to be upset. And if one of these guys or both of them plays for or wins a national championship in the next couple of years, Jeff Landry, Wade Roos, Verge, all these guys can definitely pound their chest and say, get out of the way. We knew what we were doing. We needed to cut through some of the red tape to get our vision, and our vision is paying off. And again, they're also paying because think about it. 50 plus million to fire Brian Kelly, 90 plus million to hire Lane Kiffin, 40 plus million for a roster, 8 million to fire Matt McMahon, 30 plus million to hire Will Wade. They're going to commit 10 to 50, maybe let's call it 15 million to the basketball roster. I mean, the money is, it's like they found, we grow crawfish here. It's like they're growing cash somewhere.
Yeah, they're getting it from those injury attorney lawyers that love the program. You got Todd Graves, $22 billion, Forbes list. LSU's fortunate. They've got some people they've tapped into that are freely giving the cash, where LSU obviously can compete. Fletcher Mackle's with us. How big of a hire is Will Wade?
He's huge. I mean, he's huge. LSU basketball hasn't mattered since he left. And look, his first year at NC State, people forget. I know they were in the first four, but they still made the tournament. He went 20-14 his first year in the backyard in the same market as Duke and North Carolina, the two maybe greatest programs in the history of college basketball. So it's a big hire. It makes LSU basketball matter because he made them matter the first time. Now, look, the landscape has changed. He's got to have money. Look, I hate college sports right now because everything is the highest bidder wins for all practical purposes. But LSU can spend money. And so as somebody who gets to cover LSU, I think it's going to be just look, Lane Kiffin's going to win. There's no doubt in my mind. And I think Will Wade will win. It's a program changing hire. Make no mistake about it.
The Smoothie King Center, some plan possibilities released via public records requests from last summer. like a refresh of the building, a kind of a champion square next to the building, cutting out some walls, bringing in glass, changing how the building looks, the color of the building. The biggest thing I get out of it, Fletcher, two things. One, it's kind of known around the NBA, the lower bowl is a problem, only 7,100 lower bowl seats. This increases it by 2,200 to like 9,300. So the Pels can compete money-wise with other teams with the lower bowl seating fixed. And second, it locks the team in long-term into New Orleans. What's your take?
Yeah. I look, locking the team in long term is the most important thing. Although now with NBA expansion, I don't think there's going to be relocation anytime on the horizon. With Vegas and Seattle getting expansion teams, I think in 28 is when they're talking about the expansion coming into fruition, or coming to fruition. But yeah, look, my brother and I are working on some stuff, and we're going to have some stuff next week that is going to be more than what has been revealed about the Smoothie King Center. But I think there's more that can be done. I like the initial plans. I like what they're doing, but there's more coming. We're going to have some reporting next week on WDSU. There is more. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I do think they need new seats. I do think they need a retrofitted lower bowl. Look at Atlanta. The State Farm Arena there is the same age as the Smoothie King Center, and it underwent a 2-year renovation very similar to what they want to do in New Orleans. And if you go look at some of the pictures and the renderings there, I think if they could pull off something like that, that would be really good. But yes, the Smoothie King Center is part of the renovation, but there's more to all this.
What kind of money are we talking about strictly with the Smoothie King Center?
Probably a $500-600 million renovation.
Just on that building itself?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
I think there's no doubt. I think 100%. You look at it and say, I'm sure you could probably get it in if you scaled back on some things at 350 or 4, but I think it's probably going to be closer to 500 million. And here's the thing, though. Every NBA owner with expansion is going to get somewhere between $400 and $650 million. That's a lump sum payment for expansion. So with what Gail Benson will have, coupled with some state money, they should be able to do this. But again, I think there's going to be more to all this.
Fletch, Lady Tigers tonight at 9 on ESPN against Duke. They better be careful. Duke's good.
Duke is good. They beat them once this year. I'm more worried about Sunday at UCLA.
There you go. Fletch, thank you.
All right, Gordon.
That's Fletcher Mackel, WDSU Channel 6 Sports. Corey Johnson with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
If you're observing Lent, the Steak Knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The Steak Knife in Lakeview for Lent.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Yeah, you right. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you. It is Lent. It is Friday. And I'm telling you, a great place to go tonight for dinner, the Steak Knife in Lakeview. I know you're laughing going, Corey, did you just say it's Lent? It's Friday. And by the way, you're a Catholic boy from New Orleans, and you're saying go to the Steak Knife tonight? Yeah, go to the Steak Knife. About 40 items on the menu. About 32, 33 of them are Lent ready. 8 of the 9 appetizers ready for Lent. All 5 salads, 5 of 6 entrees, all 13 sides. Everything but the prime steaks. Pretty much everything but the prime steaks. And the Steak Knife is so good. On Harrison Avenue in between City Park and Canal Boulevard. They've been on that corner, either there or across the street for 55 years, since 1971. During Lent in New Orleans on a Friday, the Steak Knife in Lakeview. Get over there tonight. Speaking of great dining, Scott Craig's with us from Katie's and Francesca Deli. Francesca right down the street from the Steak Knife. What up, Scott?
I just left the Steak Knife this afternoon. We were talking about you. I had to pick up a gift card and stopped in, and I've had I had oral surgery earlier this week, so my it's hurting a little bit. So I got one of his freezy things, one of those brandy freezy things, and absolutely delicious. Yeah, man. I mean, he's got all kind of seafood dishes, you know. But it's absolutely delicious. But at Katie's and Francesca, we are rolling with seafood dishes.
Boy, last week I said it's pretty tough to beat. You rattled off 7 fresh fish dishes, 7 fresh fish that you were serving.
Yeah.
Some of those multiple dishes, probably a dozen different dishes, but 7 fish, fresh, local.
Yeah, I think we have 5 tonight, but we've also got lobster ravioli, and we've got crawfish bisque.
Wow.
That I made this morning from the leftover crawfish from yesterday. Really good, man. My bisque is as good as any you'll ever have. And you got to come try it. Only at Katie's. But if you want to get giant seafood platters like Anthony Genovese is picking up right now at Francesca for his family, you got to go to Francesca.
Yeah, well, the Francesca one, I love just how you describe it. It's all right. It's a half tray or a tray is the seafood platter. It's a tray, and you're like, when you go to a buffet, that steaming table, those big long trays, that's the tray you use for the full, and you use the square one for the half.
Right. the little half pan. And I mean, we just fill it up with seafood, wrap it. You pick it up, take it home and eat it. It's got all the sides. It's absolutely delicious.
I mean,
Can't beat it.
the half a pan has to be like a foot by a foot square and about 3 inches deep. I mean, it's just a lot
It
of,
is.
it's huge.
And it's a deep pan. It's not the shallow head full pan. It's the deep pan.
And the big one is the entire pan. It's just crazy.
The entire pan. Yeah, you'll be eating some tomorrow unless you bring 8 people.
Yep.
You'll be eating.
Yep. And it's $50 for the half and 75 for the large.
Right.
That's
Can't be.
That's at Francesca Deli. That's the only place. What's on that seafood platter? Those 2 platters.
Oysters, shrimp, catfish, crab cakes, hush puppies, potato salad. You get all kinds of stuff with it.
Yep.
Absolutely delicious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Francesca Deli on Harrison Avenue in between Canal Boulevard and West End.
And I did some sea bass with pineapple salsa the other night. Delicious.
Wow.
With cilantro lime risotto. It's good. I did that on steak night. Crawfish Thursday was packed. It was great. And make your reservations for Easter Sunday now.
Wow.
Because it's filling up.
Yeah, that's
filling
a
up.
week from this Sunday. How can folks make reservations for Easter Sunday?
Just go online. Go to Katie's in Mid-City. Online, you can make them.
Nice.
Or
Yeah.
you can email me at scott@katie'sinmidcity.com.
9 days till Easter Sunday. It's right there.
Crazy. It's almost here, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how long ago Mardi Gras Day was. That's what's crazy. Mardi Gras Day seems like it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. How long's it been? 6 weeks?
Yeah, 40 days with excluding the Sundays, right?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
7
Time's
weeks.
flying, man.
Yep.
You know, the national media keeps us entertained, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, a lot of events are keeping us entertained. Will Wade, I mean, talk about entertaining. LSU is entertaining. It's like a cartoon up there, but you got to like the results. Lane Kiffin and now Will Wade.
Well, I mean, LSU gets what LSU wants. It's crazy.
Yep.
You know, I've been knowing that for a while. I had a pretty good idea it was going to happen because, you know, I listened to a couple of the stations in Baton Rouge. And, you know, they're very, very in tune with what's going on. And Will Wade has been coming to LSU for a couple of weeks now. They were just waiting for the season to end, which is kind of crappy. You know, I mean, look, I'm happy about it. I just want to win. And to me, he is the only solution that's going to excite us, bring back some excitement to LSU basketball.
You already have like 600 season ticket requests. They're not even for sale. And 600 people are on a new list already, and that number's growing. So that's
It's just a shame because the odd guy out is Matt McMahon,
Yep.
who by all accounts is just the nicest man you ever want to meet.
Yep.
And
No, he loses his starting, forward, best player 2 years in a row before the season. Just, other
the guy
injuries.
just couldn't catch a break.
No. And then and LSU not investing in the program NIL wise like they should have. Now they are.
He had $9 million, Corey.
Yeah, well that's why Will Wade left NC State. Everybody else is in the teens or near 20 million. So he's gonna have more money to spend. And they finally were getting it from McMahon.
Money. He had enough money. LSU should not finish last in the conference in any sport.
No, you're right about that.
It's not acceptable.
Unacceptable.
You know? So, I mean, it's a shame, but I mean, they were terrible. And they didn't play defense. And to me, in basketball, defense is not talent, it's effort. And, if the players aren't giving the effort and playing defense, that's coaching. And you got to be better, man. You just have to be better. And
Hey,
You know,
Scott.
Will Wade's going to get the players because Will Wade seems, LSU is going to give him the tools. But here's the big question, Corey. They're spending money like they have it. And somebody's giving them money.
Yeah.
A lot of people are giving them money.
Yeah.
But now where does Jay Johnson fit in all this?
Oh, Jay Johnson just got a big raise. He went from like 1 point something million to like $3 million a year.
Yeah, but that's him. They didn't give him enough money to get the players he needed this year. He missed out on 3 major players that he wanted, and he couldn't get them.
He's got 2 national titles.
50,000 that went to Texas A&M.
He's got 2 national titles in the last 3 years. So
I get it, but he doesn't have the players this year, and it shows.
maybe not. No, they're struggling for sure. We'll see how it goes down the home stretch. Scott Craig's with us. Hey, Scott, let's go from LSU Baton Rouge to LSU New Orleans.
LSU NO?
Yeah, the purple and gold team out by the lakefront.
I'm okay with it. A lot of people hate it. I don't care. If it's going to save the university.
No, it's like De La Salle going co-ed. I was like, if it's going to save my high school, why would I have a problem with it? And Mercy was shutting down. Where De La Salle dropped the ball, they should have gone all in. It should have been new name, De La Salle Mercy. That's what they should have done. Then they could have tapped all the Mercy alum for donations, as alums, so.
And Mercy'd still be around too.
Yeah, it'd be around indirectly. It'd be like the girls' school at De La Salle. Anyway, whatever.
You're right.
Master P, Master P out at the lakefront. What's going on with UNO basketball?
I had lunch with Stacy yesterday. And see Hollowell. I mean, I think it's an LSU thing, and they're just going in another direction. And
There was talk of him being like an assistant coach at another school or something like that. Master P.
I really have no idea.
Yeah, me neither. I have no idea either.
I met Master P a couple of times. I had a meeting with him, and I still don't know what the meeting was about because another guy did all the talking. And I'm not sure. I know he was trying to help UNO. I know he was trying to do some good things. But you got to put butts in the seats.
Yep.
And they didn't put butts in the seats.
Yep. No, that's the key. That's the key. Hey, Scott, before we let you go, what's on the menu at Katie's?
Well, we've got the fish. We've got the sea bass with pineapple salsa. We're doing Jess's French toast this weekend, which is just a different version of French toast that you got to come try to believe it. I've got a young lady working in my kitchen that's got tons of experience, and she's bringing some really good ideas.
Nice.
So, excited for that. Where is it? It's a fun menu. We're doing that. We're doing egg sardou. We're doing a lobster omelet this weekend. We're doing a seafood muffalata. We're doing chicken stew. We're doing a pressed turkey pesto sandwich. We're doing crawfish bisque that I mentioned.
Yep.
Cowboy butter steak pasta.
Wow.
Doing like a little butter pasta with steak. Citrus and herb sea bass, along with the pineapple salsa sea bass.
The break train's coming, Scott. Katie's all weekend long. Francesca with the seafood trays tonight. Scott Craig, always a pleasure, brother. Talk to you next week.
Thanks, George. Later.
That's Scott Craig. Katie's Francesca Deli. Get there
Word
tonight.
is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
If you're observing Lent, the Steak Knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The Steak Knife in Lakeview for Lent.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Yeah, you right. A Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Corey Johnson back at you. Man, if you missed the 4 o'clock hour so far, you missed a lot. Fletcher Mackel joined us talking about Will Wade to LSU. Smoothie King Center redo. Fletcher's like, we got more to the story coming up this week. Me and my brother talking about Travers. So it's like a news story and sports story. Both are working on it. And Fletcher was insinuating like there's more to it than just like the Smoothie King Center. Might be some of the area around the, train station, the old New Orleans Center shopping center. Maybe the Macy's gets demolished. Who knows? Maybe some of the Saints parking garage gets torn out. Superdome, I should say, parking garage. It's like a 5,000 car garage, each corner of the dome with those parking garages. They could just cut one out. They're already talking about doing that. So who knows what Fletch is insinuating, but we'll be watching closely. Channel 6 this week. Fletcher and Travers going to have some breaking news. More on the Smoothie King Center redo possibilities. And Fletch, the way he was talking, not only the building, but the surrounding area. What an incredible Friday. The weather's just perfect, like 80 degrees, partly sunny. Just a really nice Friday afternoon in New Orleans, the metro area, the Gulf South. Get outside and enjoy it. We're about 6 minutes away from 5 p.m. on a Friday. You know what that means? The 5 o'clock whistle's coming. I love that time of the week, a little after 5 on a Friday. The work week's in the books. Hooray. The entire weekend's in front of you. Hooray. Get outside. Take advantage of this weather. Friend of mine, Melissa, sends me a photo. She's at Super Witch Soft Serve off Metairie Road that I've been talking about lately with a big blob of the soft serve. And you can see inside the container that chocolate chip cookie, that warm homemade chocolate chip cookie. That combo is incredible.
Just taking a little bite of the chocolate chip cookie, getting a bunch of the soft serve ice cream all in one bite. It's a symphony inside of your mouth. It's pretty damn good. I might head there tonight. They're open Thursday through Sunday night only. Thursday through Sunday night, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. So like 20 hours a week. 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Thursday through Sunday night. The Super Witch is located in the Il Supremo Pizza Joint on Phocis and Pink Street. Phocis and Pink is 1 block off Metairie Road. Phocis runs along the Orleans Parish side of Old Metairie Village Shopping Center. I mean, I guess that's the only street. Delamon, that neighborhood, that gated neighborhood, is on the other side. So if you're facing the shopping center, Metairie Road's at your back, it's on the right side. That's Phocis, a block off Pink Street, right on that corner. Il Supremo Pizza Joint. And literally inside the pizza joint, it's like an L-shaped place. You walk in straight ahead, El Supremo Pizza Joint. Off to your right, this little slot to the right, the soft serve of Super Witch ice cream. No, the Super Witch ice cream thing's blowing up. I had the owner on the show, Briggs Barrios, in studio a few weeks ago. Every Wednesday, they drop their ice cream online at 7 p.m. You go on their website, they got like 6 to 8 flavors available. And they've got X amount of pints, like hundreds of each, tops. And then when they sell out, they sell out. They're purchased and looked at, purchased on a shopping cart gimmick on a Wednesday, and then you pick up in Elmwood, Jefferson Highway at Edwards on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And that's the ice cream. The in-store is the soft serve version with this homemade chocolate chip cookie that kicks ass. The chocolate chip cookie is damn good. Anyway, a friend of mine, Melissa, sending me a photo of that. I was like, that's not cool. I'm not a jealous or envious person, but I'm jealous and envious right now. You got the Super Witch and the chocolate chip cookie, the soft serve. Wow. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. If not tonight, I'll be getting it tomorrow night or Sunday night. It's the crack cocaine of sweets and ice cream and goodies. This Briggs Barrios guy really got it going with this Super Witch stuff. Yeah, Fletcher Mackel joined us last hour. Scott Craig from Katie's and Francesca Deli coming up in the 5 o'clock powwow. He's about 20 minutes away. Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans Inc.'s going to join us. Airport expansion. We'll find out what's going on there. The arena. Jazz Fest, French Quarter Fest, Zurich Classic, just weeks away from all of it. Elon Musk, the Boring Company, wants to build a 1-mile loop in New Orleans. We'll talk about the reality of that. The Meta Complex in Richland just keeps growing. Tens of billions of dollars, and they just seem to haven't even cut a ribbon on anything yet. They're like, no, we're going to keep growing it. You add another wing, add more square footage, add another power plant. Tonight at 9 o'clock, the Lady Tigers taking on Duke in Sacramento. It's a Sweet 16 game. Tonight, LSU 29-5. The Lady Tigers taking on Duke 26-8 in Sacramento. The winner gets to the Elite Eight, gets to take on powerhouse UCLA on Sunday. The winner there advances to the Final Four. First things first, LSU and Duke tonight at 9 on ESPN. Something to do late night tonight. Let's see if I can get the latest on Tiger Woods and this rollover crash he was involved in. If you can believe that, not making that up. Wow. Tiger Woods arrested and charged with DUI after rollover crash. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. Another setback for Tiger Woods. It sucks. No, you want us to see him playing golf again, ideally. He's one of the greats. Noon Monday at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge, Will Wade will be officially
introduced as the men's basketball coach yet again. 600 season tickets request received at the LSU ticket office, 600 and counting. Hey, this weekend, tonight, they're open late. Tomorrow, they're open on Sunday. Why don't you head to Art and Eyes on Magazine before you go buy sunglasses at the shopping mall or some national chain store? Trust me on this. I wear prescription glasses. If you need prescription eyewear or a great pair of sunglasses you will absolutely love, eyewear that's as unique as you, eyewear you won't see anywhere else. This place is special. Eyewear can be expensive. Don't waste your money at the strip mall or some national chain store. Get to Art and Eyes on Magazine, open today and tonight, tomorrow and Sunday. Google them, Art and Eyes on Magazine. Blue Boy, do you need some sunglasses?
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and
Blue
Spectrum
Boy.
Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk,
Good buddy.
93.9 FM, WSLA
Good
New Orleans.
boy.
It's 5
Good
p.m.
boy.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers. Uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'Cause I'm the fence man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the fence man.
Thefenceman-neworleans.com.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
If you got to have a fence, you got to see the Fence Man, a locally owned, fully insured fencing company serving the Metro New Orleans area for over 20 years. You got to see the Fence Man, thefenceman-neworleans.com. Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, insagency.com. Dave Miet Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miet, insagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Yeah, you're right. It is indeed New Orleans, Louisiana, on a Friday, no less, Fantasy Friday. What we do best. The weekend, food, music, festivals, parties, events. We do it right. Fantasy Friday, 80 degrees, partly sunny, just a really nice Friday afternoon outside, really nice. Little breeze, just it's nice. Get outside, enjoy it. More than 2 hours of daylight left. Gotta love that. 2 hours and 15 minutes or so, you can get a lot of stuff in. Now, we've been having some outstanding weather. Don't stay inside. It's going to rain one day. You're going to be forced to stay inside. Get outside, enjoy it. You'll be glad you did. Sit out on the porch. Sit on the stoop. Sit on the steps. Sit on the curb. Lean on your car. Go take a walk. Light up some coals tonight. Boil some crawfish. Get outside. The weather's incredible. It looks like it's going to be a super nice weekend. Tomorrow through Monday, slightly cooler. Saturday and Sunday, we wake up to around 61 degrees, and we only creep up to around 74. Both Saturday and Sunday, the high is 74. I mean, it's 80 right now, 81 earlier today. Not a big deal, low humidity. 70 to 74 is just going to be nicer. So the weekend looks really good. Maybe some rain late Sunday, but it looks really nice. A lot more of this 60s and 70s stuff. Maybe some rain this week. Maybe some rain in the forecast this week. Not all sunny, but still 60s and 70s. And maybe we dip back into the 50s next weekend. I'll take that. No one should complain if we slip into the 40s or 50s because summer is coming. We're in, April essentially. By next week, we'll be in April. So we're right on the doorstep of 6 months of heat and humidity. So 50s or 40s even, I'd be like, what a blessing. Because maybe that'll extend this kind of mild winter, whatever we're having right now, where this weather continues for a few more weeks. We could use it for a few more weeks. This weather we're having right now, I don't mean to be greedy because it's really worked out. Like Mardi Gras was incredible weather. But in less than 3 weeks, it's French Quarter Fest. That's less than 3 weeks away. The week after that, Jazz Fest weekend #1 and the Zurich Classic golf tournament on the West Bank. And then the week after that, Jazz Fest weekend #2. So 3 weeks in a row, French Quarter Fest, Jazz Fest, Jazz Fest. And it's French Quarter Fest, Jazz Fest, Zurich Classic, Jazz Fest. 3 weeks in a row. Amazing. French Quarter week 1, Jazz Fest in Gentilly, Golf Classic week 2, Jazz Fest in Gentilly for week 3. What a way to get through mid to late April into early May in New Orleans. Doing it right. Now, that's just weeks away, so we need this weather, these temperatures. keep folks comfortable for like another month. That's all. Another month. Corey Johnson with you on a Friday. Yeah, Michael Hecht's about 5 minutes away from Greater New Orleans Inc. Got a lot to discuss with him. Airport expansion. We'll get the straight poop from Michael. The arena redo. Maybe Michael knows something that Fletcher was just talking about. Fletcher and Travers Mackel are going to have a story they're doing together, that it's more than the arena, maybe some of the surrounding area. Elon Musk, the Boring Company, New Orleans might get a 1-mile tunnel. We'll find out the reality of that story. Helena Moreno, I mean, her comments on it seem to say it all. It didn't seem to be that informed on it. Kind of went into the general terms kind of comment like, anybody outside, especially a company like this that's interested in New Orleans, we're interested in them kind of thing. And then she was like, even if it doesn't happen, it could lead to, you know, I'm like, well, you're almost already with defeat. Like, didn't seem aware of it. I'm just wondering how real it is. It's down to like New Orleans, Dallas, Baltimore, and Elon Musk and the Boring Company said, if all three cities come up with great plans, we'll do all three and we'll pay for all three. They're doing everything. Like, the city of New Orleans just has to kind of send back a general plan. Like, we're thinking convention center around by the casino because it's right by the foot of the quarter, coming around by the Sheraton and the Marriott because they're big hotels, then back up Poydras Street, back by the convention center. That's about a 1-mile loop, something like that. It's got to be 1 mile. You know, at first I was like, go to the Dome, but then you're going one way. It's 1.2 miles or so from the Dome to the convention center. You have, 1-mile loop. So the convention center to the quarter, to the casino, to some big hotels, to a few CBD office buildings. That would be pretty strong. Anyway, we'll see what the reality is of that. A lot to discuss with Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans Inc. That segment's always brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant. All they do is hire. All they do is grow. Latrim's growing. They're looking for you. A new job, a new career at Latrim. Latrim.com is the website for a full listing of positions available. Latrim.com. East Bankers, West Bankers. Elmwood's got a job for you. North Shore folks, Latrim has a facility right off I-12 for you. Latrim.com for a full listing of positions available. Yeah, that segment every week on Friday with Michael Hecht, trying to take us into the weekend in style with some good economic news. Always brought to you by Latrim. Tiger Woods involved in a rollover crash in Jupiter, Florida, where he lives. It looked like it was in his, I shouldn't say in his neighborhood, in a neighborhood. He got a DUI, driving while under the influence. Did not fail a breathalyzer test, not alcohol. He had problems with like Ambien and other stuff before. Just not good news. You'd rather hear Tiger Woods is gearing up for the Masters. Like to see some miraculous run by the 50-year-old. See how he does with a cart on that senior circuit. No, I just want to say, I mean, this is one of the greatest athletes, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, greatest golfer of all time. Just I don't want to see him go away or disappear or have bad things happen to him. 766-9480 is how you dial us up on this Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Hey, Kiefer and Kiefer Law, a New Orleans law firm for decades. Nat Kiefer Sr., the senator who helped get the UNO Lakefront Arena built. It's actually named after him. The Senator Nat Kiefer Sr. UNO Lakefront Arena is the legal name. He helped get the Superdome built. He also started his own law firm. A couple of years after his son, Nat Kiefer Jr., got out of law school, he joined the firm. And Nat Kiefer Jr.'s daughter, Megan, is probably the biggest part of the firm. She probably is as big, if not bigger, than her dad with the firm now. 3 generations strong. Like I said, a New Orleans law firm for decades. Kiefer and Kiefer. If you have a real legal issue, a real legal need, and you need a real attorney, KieferandKiefer.com. KieferandKiefer.com. Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Noon Monday at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge. Will Wade will officially be introduced as the new men's head basketball coach for the second time up at LSU. Amazing. 600 season ticket requests received at the LSU ticket office. 600 and counting. That's about $350,000 in ticket sales going at the average price. Those 600 requests. And I doubt they're individuals. They're probably buying a pair. Is it all of a sudden 1,000, 1,200 tickets? Then it's about $750,000. Just like that. That's what it's all about. That's why LSU athletics ruthless. They're like the outlaw program. They got these villains. Kim Mulkey, she's playing tonight, 9 p.m. Her Lady Tigers taking on Duke in Sacramento on ESPN, 9 o'clock tonight. Sweet 16 game. Winner advances to Sunday's game against powerhouse UCLA. Now you got Kim Mulkey, kind of a villain. Lane Kiffin, a villain. Will Wade, a villain. No, folks are going to love to hate LSU athletics. I'm a Tiger fan off the air. I love the Lane Kiffin hire. I love the Will Wade hire. I just don't know how sustainable the model of how they went about hiring them is, with like Jeff Landry in the lead, not like a national search, just his favorite yes person. He's 2-0. Lane Kiffin, thumbs up. Will Wade, yeah, you're right.
Looking for a great steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Artificial turf custom golf putting greens. Beautiful, functional, zero maintenance. Call New Orleans' own LGD Lawn and Landscapes and get your free estimate.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet. Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right. Fantasy Friday edition of the program continues. Corey Johnson with you. It's Friday. It's crawfish season in South Louisiana. Did you know no one sells more South Louisiana crawfish live by the sack than Rouse's? Did you know no one sells more hot from the pot, boiled crawfish ready to eat than Rouse's? When it comes to South Louisiana crawfish, no one sells more live by the sack or hot from the pot ready to eat crawfish than Rouse's. Go down there, get them live by the sack for your crawfish boil. You just ready to peel and eat? They got you covered 11 a.m. till 7 p.m. every day during crawfish season. Live crawfish by the sack and hot from the pot. Crawfish ready to eat at your Rouse's Markets. It's crawfish season. Rouse's. Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans Inc. joins us on this Friday. What's up, Miguel?
What's up, KJ? Beautiful weather, festival season, crawfish boil Friday. Life's okay.
We ran out of time last week and didn't get to talk about the airport much. I love the new plans for the airport.
Yeah, look, the airport is doing fantastic. We just found out that British Airways is adding another day to the winter schedule, so 4 days in winter, 5 days in summer. They're going to be adding 15 more gates out to the west, runway improvements, a new road on the inside of the fence to get you from long-term parking, cargo, SRO, private aviation down at the South Campus. Just voted best airport in North America for the 5th straight year. It's a real plus for us.
Does a lot of this have to get done before 2031 and a potential Super Bowl?
It's all tied in. I've not heard that more airline gates are one of the, I know we need more hotel rooms. I don't know that we need more gates, but regardless, it still is a good thing to get done. Any improvements we can get done, bigger airport, more direct connects. So I'm not mad about it, that's for sure.
3 concourses presently at the new terminal. There's room for one more there, Concourse D, which would head out due east, kind of the opposite of Concourse A at the new airport. And then they're talking about a new terminal, Michael, going on the west side of the existing terminal, which could have as many as 3 concourses eventually. So 3 concourses right now could turn into 7 over the next couple of decades.
Yeah, so we could we have really significant gate capacity, primarily targeted towards the narrow bodies, but they can also accommodate wide bodies, everything up to a 380. Nobody flies 380s really anymore, not into New Orleans. So, an incredible thing, Corey. I remember we were building the airport. I had some people legitimately come and say to me, why are we wasting money on a new airport? Why do we need a new airport? The current one's fine. And I almost couldn't have the argument with them, because if you don't understand why having a nicer airport matters, and not only that, why it attracts more flights, because when you have more non-airline revenue, it makes it cheaper to fly into. I was like, I got nothing to say to you. I mean,
No, it's been a
Pretty
game.
straightforward.
It's been a game changer. It's Mitch Landrieu's legacy as mayor, and I was talking about it earlier. The old director, Roger Ogden, Doug Thornton, T. Martin. Those are the big movers and shakers on getting that airport built.
No, that's right. Iftikhar Ahmed.
Yep. Michael Hecht's with us from Greater New Orleans Inc. No, all that's fantastic. Reworking the roadway, coming into the airport in anticipation of this second terminal. General Aviation's using the old D terminal that was upgraded about 15 years ago, about $350 million poured into that old Concourse D at the, I guess, South Complex, the old complex. Speaking of that, along with the terminal building with the big dome in the middle, that's going to be retained, but pretty much everything else is going to be demolished, and maybe some potential maintenance facility for airlines could be built in that spot.
Yeah, MRO is a nice thing to have. Maintenance repair operation, really good jobs, and it also can help you. It can also help you get a hub. So it's a nice thing to have. Yeah. So Concourse D on the South Terminal is pretty new. It's built in the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
The parabola is significant architecturally. It'll remain, but A and B will definitely come down.
Yeah.
They're kind of garbage.
Yeah, garbage. Exactly. No reason to keep that. It's like old Metairie Tower on Metairie Road. No reason to keep that building. All right. We're visiting with Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans Inc. Hey, Michael, I had Fletcher on earlier, and we were talking about the potential redo at the Smoothie King Center. And he said he and Travers have a story next week about more than just the arena potentially being involved. Can you fill us in on any details potentially on what they might be talking about? Is there more to this than just redoing the Smoothie King Center?
Well, I was talking yesterday or at a presentation that Mike Fitz was making about Tulane, and what you're eventually going to have, Corey, is if you start over at the Smoothie King Center, that's going to get redone. The Dome, as we know, is going to have retail brought down to the ground. They're going to figure out what to do with that whole Macy's Champion Square area to really make it much better. Then you're going to continue across the street. Something's going to be done with City Hall. Then you're going to have that whole charity redevelopment that's going to happen. The VA hospital is going to get torn down, except for the parking. So that whole area is going to get redone. And so you're basically going to have that entire area from Howard down to Canal Street is I think finally going to go from an urban blind spot to maybe the most important district in New Orleans once Tulane is fully there. So yeah, it's going to be a big entertainment and educational center. It's great news. It's really exciting. I call that whole area now, instead of Bentonville, I call it Bensonville.
Yeah,
because of all the investment that Mrs. Benson is making down there.
You know, it would be the cherry on the top. I was discussing this earlier in the week with the news about the arena. The train station behind it, those old, areas where you'd wait to get on the train with the weeds growing on the rusted roofs. I mean, all that needs to be blown up and ripped out of there. And Michael, we have a train to Los Angeles. We have a train to Chicago. We have a train to New York. This Mardi Gras thing could grow where it ends up going all the way to Orlando, maybe down to Miami, maybe over to Houston. What about making upgrades to the train terminal, like more of a European style terminal or something nice that would add to the area you just discussed from the arena to City Hall, essentially?
No, it would be nice. So I think the first thing that has to happen, Corey, is that Howard Avenue, I guess it's an avenue, has to continue past the train station and connect into the back of the Smoothie King Center. Because one of the problems we have right now is that the Smoothie King Center is a cul-de-sac, right?
Yep.
Creates a lot of traffic problems. So we got to address that. And then, the train station, yeah, I mean, it's got some elements of it like that. I mean, in some ways it's very pretty, but it needs to be modernized, obviously. It's old.
Add on to it. maybe a big cover behind it.
Yeah, first thing we got to do, though, is got to get the train to Baton Rouge. That's the first.
Yep. That's a no-brainer for Saturday night at Tiger Stadium. You could have 10 trains.
10 trains. Yeah, well, the one through to Baton Rouge the one to Mobile is doing far better than they expected. So, yeah, I think that we're going to get that done.
Hey, Michael, less than 3 weeks to French Quarter Fest. Then the week after that, it's Jazz Fest and Zurich Classic. The week after that, Jazz Fest weekend 2. 3 weeks in a row.
It's a nice time to be in New Orleans, Corey. It's beautiful weather, beautiful music, beautiful people. I love the Cubes. They just announced it at Jazz Fest.
Yep.
French Quarter Fest is an incredible festival. We got to find them another sponsor now, but I think we'll be able to do it.
Yep.
There's it's funny. There was this article in the paper where the reporter wanted to be really negative, and it was about the population loss last year, just a little bit, 1,300 people, less bad than the year before. And I said, look, you can look backwards, and I don't need to go into what happened there, but I am more optimistic about the economy of the city, region, and state that I've been in 20 years, and I think it's grounded. I can defend it. So, I really believe that. I think the real question is, how long do we keep this leadership in place that's going after all these deals so aggressively and so effectively?
No.
We got to make sure we keep it.
No doubt. Michael Hecht with us from Greater New Orleans Inc. Michael, up I-59, that grocery store distribution center's expanding.
Yeah, that's AWS, Associated Wholesale. We're going to see that whole area on 59 and I-12 completely blossom as a warehousing and distribution, cold storage, light manufacturing center. We saw it happen with Mobile and areas as far north as Montgomery, and we're going to see the same thing happen here.
Nice.
So I'm very excited about that.
Hey, Michael, we got like 30 seconds left. The mayor didn't seem to know much about this Elon Musk tunnel and almost said in her statement, like, if it doesn't happen, it's still good exposure. Is there any truth to any of this?
Corey, I've been digging on it and hearing about it. It's legit. So I think that it has a real chance of happening. I mean, I don't know what that real chance is, 25%, but it's not fake. And it would be such an Elon Musk thing to do the most counterintuitive, silly, challenging thing just to show that he could do it.
Hey, conventions.
I wouldn't be shocked by it. And the thing about Musk is that we're working with so many of his companies on different things.
Yeah.
For example, SpaceX. And so just being in that.
Hold that thought real quick, Michael. Hold that thought. I'm going to take a quick break. Coming right back. More with Michael Hecht. Don't move,
For a
New
great
Orleans.
steak tonight? The Steak Knife in Lakeview, serving only USDA prime beef. Open Tuesday through Saturday night. The Steak Knife since 1971 on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. If you're observing Lent, the Steak Knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The Steak Knife in Lakeview for Lent. When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'Cause I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
TheFenceman-NewOrleans.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right, Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen. Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
Michael Hecht with us on a Fantasy Friday edition of the program. So, Michael, the Elon Musk, down to 3 cities, Baltimore, Dallas, New Orleans, the Boring Company, they even said, if we like the 3 proposals we get from these cities, we'll build in all 3 and we're paying for everything. This is real.
I think this is real. I mean, I think there's a greater chance of the tunnel happening than Six Flags happening, frankly.
Wow. No, I'm with you. Six Flags, to me, I've been talking about, that's just a big mystery to me. 1 mile, you got to be really, New Orleans has to come up with some kind of macro plan, and then the due diligence will be done by the Boring Company, and they're going to pay.
For you, do the cars in that have to be electric, or can it take combustion as well?
No, it's strictly electric, and it might even be like some kind of train and not like a Tesla that you're driving in there. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know.
Then it's basically got to go from the dome down to the convention center.
Well, that's what I originally said, but the dome to the convention center is 1.2 miles, Michaels. It's a 1 mile loop. So I think maybe they like it, they'll make it larger later. But my original thoughts were Superdome to convention center, but that's 1.2 miles. So I think the whole thing needs to be a mile. So my thoughts were.
That's not very. Yeah. So then you're just talking about. I don't know what you do.
I think you go convention center to the casino down by Canal Street, so you're at the foot of the quarter, and maybe you're going to be able to go to maybe like the Marriott or the Sheraton, and then you're going to have to hook a turn and come back up Magazine or Camp up Poydras it's 1 mile. It's like 12 city blocks. So I think if you can get the convention center, the casino, the French Quarter, a couple of big hotels, and couple of CBD buildings in on that loop, that would be pretty good.
Yeah, and we've got more land and soil to dig in as we get closer to the river, right?
I guess so. I guess he knows how to dig and how it can work, and not worried about the water table or any of that stuff.
Well, we put tunnels underwater, so it should be fine.
You got the tunnel that you walk from Harrah's under Poydras in that tunnel. It's no different from that. Anyway, pretty interesting stuff. Hey, there was one other topic we were going to mention, and I'm going blank.
Oh, the economic impact study for
the port. Yeah, the new terminal down in Violet. Fill us in on what this new port means economically for the region.
Well, we just did a report. We want to specifically talk about what it means for St. Bernard, because that's been the question. And the numbers that came back are pretty remarkable. When it's fully operating, it will deliver over $33 million a year of new tax revenue to the parish.
Wow.
That's an increase of close to 60%. So it changes everything. It means they get to have nice things. It means they get to roll back millages. Quite frankly, it makes the parish rich.
That's
over 4,000 jobs, an average salary over 80,000. It is the difference between St. Bernard being wealthy and having nice stuff, or being a bunch of strip malls and vape shops and nail salons. Being honest about it.
No, exactly. And I know a lot of folks like, hey, we like it how it is. It's like it's stagnant like the rest of the metro. It's time to get things going. This is important not only for St. Bernard but the metro. But the dollars you're mentioning, I mean, that's $600,000 a week in taxes. That's basically $100,000 a day in taxes.
That's actually a good way to do it. I'm going to actually use that. You're right. It's actually like $100,000 a day of new taxes.
$100,000 a day.
I'm going to actually. Oh, you're a genius. I'm going to put that in.
Nice. Yeah, just put he's a genius. Corey Johnson, put that in.
Yeah.
No, but and you're talking about just what did you say? 400 jobs at almost $100,000 each.
4,000, 4,300.
4,300 working at the terminal.
4,300 direct and indirect as a result. So not just the terminal, but the truckers and the restaurant workers, everybody all the new jobs are going to be created because of that terminal. Some will be inside, hundreds, maybe over 1,000, but it's the total parish.
Now, Michael, I'm all on board on this 110%. But then when I say something like this, you're probably like, no, be quiet, Corey. We don't need to bring that point up. I'm for it, and I'm for that region, and I'm for St. Bernard. This access road from Violet to the I-510, is that part of the deal?
Oh, yeah, that's happening. That one, they're doing the environmental work on it right now. After that, it'll go out to RFP for a company that wants to make it into a toll road. That's a non-negotiable for the project, politically and logistically.
Is there a way where the public can use the road as well all the time, or it's strictly going to be for trucks?
That's TBD. So, look, at a minimum, the public would be able to use it for emergencies. That I have to assume is a non-negotiable. Ideally, the public will be able to use it at least off hours, right? Because, you don't have trucks at all hours. I don't know that the public will be able to use it, but it could be, Corey, that if you want, the public can pay a toll and use it all the time. So if you want to shoot down that to go fishing, you can do that, right?
No, that's what I would like. Exactly. At the very least, the public can pay a toll. And if it's successful, build the Florida Avenue Expressway, which would basically connect Violet all the way to Elysian Fields by I-10 and I-610.
Exactly.
Is there any hope of that, or that's just fantasy land, never going to happen?
No, that's one of the top potential designs. Includes Florida Avenue Bridge going over to Almanaster.
Yep, exactly. Yep. That was part of a timed legislation that was passed during the Buddy Roemer era. I was at LSU working at the Senate in the late 80s. That timed transportation intermodal, I forget what the acronym was. They built the Audubon Bridge up by St. Francisville across the Mississippi River. They built the Huey P. Long expansion here in New Orleans. And part of it was a Florida Avenue Expressway overpass over the I guess the Intracoastal Waterway.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That was 40 years ago almost.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, any final thoughts till we visit next week? I love those numbers on the international terminal down in Violet.
No, I think that's there's a lot of good news going on, and I told a reporter recently that I'm more optimistic, genuinely optimistic about our economy than I've been in 20 years, and that's I think it's defensible. So, no, let's enjoy this festival season and keep the good momentum going.
Michael, have a great weekend. Visit with you next Friday.
Thanks, KJ. Bye-bye.
That's Michael Hecht from Greater New Orleans, Inc. No, I mean, he's optimistic. I think he should be optimistic. I've been saying this, and not just because of this new mayor. That's nice. That helps. But it's almost an incidental to the general idea that I'm talking about. Name a city in North America, in the United States, that struggles like New Orleans. Economically, infrastructure, crime, economy. Name another city in North America, in the United States. Hell, include Canada if you want. I mean, it's hard. It's like, is it Detroit, or is Detroit rebounding? Apparently Detroit's rebounding in their central business district. Their downtown starting to take off again. Is it Memphis? Their talk of the Grizzlies could move. The Grizzlies could move to Nashville. It's amazing. Tennessee as a state seems to have their you-know-what together. Nashville as a city has their you-know-what together, and Memphis does not. I mean, what are the comparable cities? I mean, you want to say like Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. I don't know. I think Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland are all doing better than New Orleans with economy, education, infrastructure, and even crime. And then just, I mean, the list of cities that are doing well, it's endless. I mean, you can just Miami, Atlanta, DC, Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Chicago, Phoenix, Denver, Salt Lake, LA, San Diego, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle. I mean, it's hard to come up with cities that aren't doing well. Houston, Dallas, Austin, Nashville, Charlotte, Jacksonville. It's really hard to come up with the cities that aren't doing well. I mean, it's like St. Louis, Memphis, New Orleans, Detroit. I don't know how those other cities are doing. It's inevitable. It's going to change. It's inevitable. Things are going to change where New Orleans, a domino falls and things take off. We'll look back and go, Meta coming into the CBD with those 2,000 real jobs where they brought in 1,500 people from around the country and then hired 500 locals. It was 2,000 jobs. It was 10 floors of that building in the CBD. That got the domino rolling where other companies believed in the city too, and they start investing, and it takes off. It's inevitable. I don't know if it's next week, next month, next year, next decade, but it's inevitable.
The Steak Knife restaurant in Lakeview has been at it for over 50 years. The reason? Because the Roth family does it right, serving only USDA prime beef, a neighborhood restaurant. But you don't have to live in the Lakeview neighborhood to enjoy the Steak Knife. Open Tuesday through Saturday night, the Steak Knife on Harrison Avenue between Canal Boulevard and City Park. For a reservation, call 488-8981 or online, steakkniferestaurant.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Total Maintenance King. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
If you're observing Lent, the Steak Knife in Lakeview is a great place to go. Start off with one of their 5 incredible salads with crab meat and avocado. How about a cup of seafood gumbo with shrimp, crab meat, and oysters? The crab meat au gratin as an appetizer or entree is as good as it gets. And speaking of entrees, try the Gulf Fish Robert, usually speckled trout or puppy drum, topped with jumbo lump crab meat. The Steak Knife in Lakeview for Lent.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Isn't it time to have that dream backyard you've always wanted? LGD Lawn and Landscapes can make it happen with artificial turf installation. Synthetic turf gives you the look and feel of natural grass. You get a beautiful lawn without the ongoing expenses of maintenance and no puddles, meaning you won't be tracking grass or dirt into the house. Let LGD come to your house and give you a free estimate. NOLALGD.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
49 years in a row. Ford F-150, #1 truck in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became number one for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
When you need a new fence or automatic gate at your property or place of business, anywhere in Metro New Orleans, you got to see the Fence Man. For over 20 years, the Fence Man has been taking care of residential and commercial customers, uses only the highest quality materials and products.
'Cause I'm the Fence Man.
For fences and automatic gates.
Yeah, I'm the Fence Man.
thefenceman-neworleans.com.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City. Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe. Every weekday afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. This program on radio, on television, on social media, live for 2 hours every weekday, 4 to 6. Brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kennebra, home of Lamarck Ford, the big store, home of the #1 Lincoln dealership in the state of Louisiana. And the program's also brought to you by Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood on Jefferson Highway, Crescent City Ford for over 80 years. The city's commercial truck, van, and SUV dealer. Every day, the program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex and Crescent City Ford. Lamarck, Crescent City Ford. Fantasy Friday edition of the program, 5 o'clock powwow, 80 degrees, partly sunny. Daylight for another hour and a half. Get outside and enjoy it already. A really glorious weather day, afternoon, a really nice Friday afternoon in New Orleans, the Metro, the Gulf Coast region. Get outside and enjoy it. It's so nice. Weekend's just starting. Tomorrow and Sunday, slightly cooler. We'll wake up tomorrow and Sunday about 61 in the AM on the North Shore. On the South Shore. Cooler on the North Shore. We peak out around 74 degrees tomorrow and Sunday. It's like 80 right now. I think we peaked out today around 81. It's going to be 74. That's the high tomorrow and Sunday. 61 to 74. Are you kidding? Rain possibly expected late Sunday, some next week in the forecast. But lots of 60s and 70s through next weekend. And then maybe we get back into the 50s next weekend, which I'm all for it. And you should be too. Summer's coming. We need it to hold out. In less than 2 weeks, Hogs for the Cause. In less than 3 weeks, French Quarter Fest. In less than 4 weeks, Jazz Fest and Zurich Classic Golf. In less than 5 weeks, Jazz Fest weekend #2. It's insane. A lot of great festivals. Then it'll be Bayou Boogaloo, Greek Fest on Bayou St. John. I mean, just keep on rolling, man. Now, we could use this cooler weather for about another month. Get Hogs for the Cause, French Quarter Fest, Jazz Fest, and Zurich Classic under the nice weather umbrella. That would be sweet. That would be nice. You know what's nice? Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. You South Shore folks, what are you waiting for? Forget the excuse about going across the lake. There's no driving on the North Shore. You cross the causeway, immediately on your right behind the Shell station, Gallagher's 527, and it is fabulous. So delicious. So good. 3 things are going to happen. You're going to love it.
Not like it, not think it's good or very good. You're going to think it's excellent. You're going to love it. You're going to be going back there every few weeks. Like over the next year, you're probably going to go 6, 8, 10 times because it's that good. It's one of the city's best dining experiences. And then the third thing you're going to say is, I wish I would have listened to Corey earlier. We've been missing it the last few months. You're going to love it. Chef-driven delicacies. A great Lent place. The crab meat St. Francis is as good as it gets. That crab meat appetizer dish is to die for. If you go to Gallagher's, 520 and 27 in Mandeville, you have to get the crab meat St. Francis appetizer. Pat Gallagher says it best, the crab meat's the star. Get there tonight or tomorrow night for dinner. You will love it. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. You South Shore folks, what are you waiting for? Seriously, what are you waiting for? Fantasy Friday edition of the program. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson with you. Noon Monday, the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge. Will Wade will officially be introduced as the new men's head basketball coach for the second time. What's that, Blue Boy? Amazing. The Lane Kiffin hire, getting Will Wade back. LSU taking care of its two biggest coaching needs with its two biggest programs. You're right, Blue Boy. New Orleans, have a great weekend. Get outside, enjoy this weather. I'll see you right here Monday at 4.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.